Hi, Ben here. We're down the field and we're right next to some willow that we planted a few years ago. We've already pollarded it once, so it's got all these fresh stems now, probably about 2 years ago, so this is sort of 2 years growth. Obviously, this is a fantastic resource for making plant stands, potchers, sort of little bivvies, really useful resource. But if you're down the field and you've forgotten your saw, which obviously happens sometimes, and you've only got a small knife, so I've only got my Nomad with me today, so the only way that I can cut this safely is to actually use the wood itself to actually help sort of break the cut. So first of all, I keep getting whipped in the face with these little branches, so I'm just going to trim those off so I don't get an eyeful. And we're going to go down low, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the stem so that it's under tension, and then I'm going to place my blade of my knife on the back side of the wood, place a bit more tension on there, and as I push the knife in, can you see how it almost cleaves? So just keep pushing, and there you go. So without any effort, tiny little knife, and I've cut through a stem that's probably 1 inch in diameter. So nice and simple, nice and safe. So we've managed to cut quite a sizable stem just with my pocket knife. So before I drag it up the field to Lois, who'll probably be able to use this in the garden, what I'll do is I'll take some more of these side branches off, and when I get to one that's a decent size, like this one, what I can do, the great thing about willow, as long as you've got a nice clean stem like that, you need something about maybe 12-13 inches long. Cut all the stems off it, and then put your knife away, but make sure you've still got it so that the tip is pointing up to the sky. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drive that into the soft ground here, and we want to make sure we drive it in at least half its length, so leaving about 6 inches above the ground, so we've got a good length of that stem in the ground. Just squeeze the ground around it, and what that will do, now that it's springtime, those little buds that we've driven into the ground will actually be stimulated, and rather than it throwing it out as a branch, it's actually going to throw it out as roots, so that will grow into a whole another willow. So the ones that we've got back here were basically planted exactly the same way, stuck a few stems in the ground, and they've grown into these massive trees. So willow is a fantastic resource. So I'll take my stem, and yeah, we'll hopefully have a lovely another willow. This time next year we'll probably be cutting stems off that. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed some safe cutting techniques, and tune in next time and see what else we're doing. Thanks again.